Well, Sarah, once again, we're back.
Yes, we are. We're
are
right
back.
here.
Yes,
all right.
we are. Were we gone last week or the week before? I don't remember.
I don't know. The days are slurring together.
Yes, we've been taking our trips over to Arizona. One trailer at a time, much like Johnny Cash, one piece at a time. That's what it seems like.
Either that or one part of the Jeep being sent over to Ottumwa, Iowa.
Yeah, from Radar, the way he shipped things. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So I think we're live now. Let's
All right,
let's go over here.
check it out here. Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, we'll refresh that. So, we've been doing a lot, getting ready to move. I'm getting ready. My friend Mitchell's coming over here in a little bit. We're going to haul. There we are. We're live. We'll see if we get... Michael Shinneberry is in the chat there on Facebook. And if you see the background on this video...
Yes.
It looks like an old, run-down building.
With antlers on it, no
With
less.
antlers on it. There's one of those old industrial lights on that, and an old cattle skull up there. And, Sarah, if you tilt a little bit, maybe turn your chair a little bit. The other way.
Oh, the other way.
There's a horse. I think that's Billy the Kid's horse.
Ah.
That is the No Scum Allowed Saloon in White Oaks, New Mexico. And one of these days, I've got a friend who's daring me to go in there and order a chocolate milk in a dirty glass.
Ew.
Yeah, just act tough. I want a chocolate milk, but give it to me in a dirty glass, you know.
I thought if you wanted to act tough, you ordered a sarsaparilla.
You could do that too, I guess. Sarsaparilla in a dirty glass.
Yeah.
If you want to really be tough, order a sarsaparilla mixed with chocolate milk in a dirty glass, I guess.
That sounds like something Laverne would do.
Yeah, kind of.
Laverne and Shirley.
With peanuts, yeah.
Ooh.
No. So the story behind the No Scum Allowed Saloon. Years ago, they made a movie called...
Yes.
You don't remember? Do you remember the name of the movie? I know you do. We've
well,
seen it.
I've got several million movies running around in
spot.
my head. Yes,
Yeah.
Of course you're putting me on the spot because you like to do that.
My favorite movies, the Young Guns movies.
Okay.
Well, some of my favorite movies. My favorite movie of all time.
Yes, some of.
Frequency is my all-time favorite movie of all time.
You like Tombstone as well.
Tombstone's good. But as they're riding into White Oaks, there's a sign that says, "Welcome to White Oaks." Something I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not paraphrasing this part. It says, "No scum allowed." They don't want any scum allowed in the town.
Is that pond scum included?
No scum. Just no scum. I guess
Period.
it's all kinds of scum. So they have this little hangout there. I don't know what the building used to be. I think it was a store years ago, but they've got a little eating established there and a bar, and of course we don't go to bars. We don't do that.
No, but if we wanted to order a sarsaparilla,
we'd order one to go, maybe. Yeah. But it's a neat little town, and matter of fact, I've got another picture I'm going to pull up here.
Okay.
Right behind us.
Yes.
That is that's the old school in White Oaks. They quit having their last classes there in the early 50s.
Okay.
As I recall. But White Oaks is a pretty neat little town. They've got a store there called the Brown Store. I'm going to go back to our original picture because I love that picture there. So the Brown Store, you can buy just all sorts of stuff. You know, old potbelly stoves, bear rugs, and a lot of it's actual antiques. Some of it from the late 1800s.
Not your regular crate and barrel.
Not your regular crate and barrel artsy craftsy kind of place. You can get a T-shirt there if you want.
Okay, sure.
Interesting town there. Not a whole lot to do there except maybe order a chocolate milk in a dirty glass.
Okay.
But the Brown Store is pretty cool. I actually made a video in there for the Big Basin sometime a couple years back. I went in there. They actually have some things in there that were used for props on the movie.
Young Guns?
I'm wanting to think it was the Magnificent Seven, the new one.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. So
that one. Okay.
It's a neat little town, especially if you like looking out in the desert and seeing some old cars. There's a couple of them. It's not overpopulated with old cars. Lots of beautiful old buildings. The cemetery down the road is... If you're the kind of guy or woman like me... Wait a minute, let me rephrase that. If you're the kind of guy like me or a woman like me...
I was going to say, that's a deal breaker.
That likes to visit old cemeteries... They've got a pretty cool cemetery there.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Miss McSween is buried there, who was featured in the movie Young Guns. The character, not the actor.
Okay. Yeah. The person who played, what was it, the store owner?
Or she was the wife
of the store owner.
And of the attorney.
Of the attorney.
And then also Deputy Bell, who was shot and killed in Lincoln. He's buried there as well. So it's an interesting little town. There's lots of towns like that in New Mexico where you can see a lot of forgotten history. And it's a pretty neat place to go. There's not a whole lot to do there, but it's a nice drive. Back last year, if you remember, I was warming up for a 500-mile motorcycle trip.
Yes.
Yep. And we're having some... there we go. We're reconnected now. I don't know what happened there. But I would, after I got off work, to get on my bike and ride up to Carrizozo, which is another little town. And I did that one day and came back because I'm trying to build up my stamina for a kind of a long-distance ride.
Well, Michael said he thought that the first territorial governor was buried there.
Yeah, I believe that is true, too. Yes. Michael, perhaps you can tell us his name, because I do not recall. But then the next day, I thought, well, I need to go a little bit further, so I drove 17 more miles up the road into White Oaks. White Oaks is an old mining town, and when you go in, you will see the old mine shaft entrances and a lot of equipment sitting on the roadside from late 1800s, early 1900s.
Okay.
Carts, railroad pieces, just a lot of old equipment and stuff.
Miners' lamps.
You might find a lamp or two out there. It's a great place. On their website years ago, they used to have an invitation to come out and metal detect. Not too many historic places, will let you metal detect, but White Oaks does.
Cool.
So I went out there, me and my brother Paul, we went out there and metal detected and found a few interesting things.
Items.
Nothing of value, which is fine. Sometimes I'm just in it for the fun of it.
Of course.
We did find an old shell, and I got it packed away somewhere. And I looked up the markings on the shell, and it was for a rifle that was specific to a specific Winchester rifle that was, I think it was Winchester, that was made in the 1880s, and it was only made for about 7 years. So looking at that and thinking to yourself, when this was fired, it might have been heard. The shot might have been heard by Billy the Kid, Pat Garrett, or even Mrs. McSween herself. Just holding that and thinking of the possibilities of who heard that shot being fired. And even wondering who actually fired that shot.
You have the oddest thoughts. Can I
do.
that?
I think outside of the box.
Yes, you do think outside of the box.
Sometimes I think inside the box if it's got a Big Mac in it.
Oh, okay.
But that's another story.
Yes, that's another tale.
So
sure. What else are we going to talk about
I don't know.
today?
What would you like to talk about?
I don't know.
You probably can't tell it from last week, but I'm sporting a new pair of headphones.
This is a good thing.
I'll tell you what. They look the same as my old. Hand me those over there. I'm going to put this in the video. I had to because I would wake up. I wear these at night, too. And sometimes I wake up with little black fuzzies on my chest. Because, and I don't know if you can see that, but they're tattered and really
torn.
Yes, I knew that would interest you. That's why I had to show that to you.
Yes.
So, and once again, just to prove that we're loyal to ourselves, we've got our coffee mugs.
Yes, you can't even see mine. Sorry.
That's okay.
There we go. And hey, you have found a great new breakfast item.
I did? What did I... the chicken
biscuits?
And
biscuits from Tennessee Pride.
From Tennessee. Pretty good, yeah. I ate 2 of them this morning. They were pretty good.
Yes.
So I was going to talk about something else, and all of a sudden I forgot what it was.
I'm sorry.
Got to get my motorcycle running again this week, for sure. I'm going to have to go out there and I got bags still strapped to it from the last time I rode.
It's so funny. You have to get it fixed so you can get it moving so we can move it.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of...
I still haven't
it's
decided...
It's almost backwards.
When we moved to Arizona, I have not decided how I'm going to move my motorcycle. I don't know if I'm going to have somebody drive out there and me follow them riding the bike, which would be fun, but it would be very tiring too, especially if I got to drive back.
It's a long haul.
I may just put it on my trailer and take it out there.
I'm thinking that would be the best way.
That would probably be the best option. So I'm going to move that camera just a little bit. Anyway.
There we go. Yeah.
So, Sarah and I dealt with something this week, not between ourselves, but with somebody else. I'm not going to elaborate on that too much, but basically materialism and finding contentment in what you have and who you are.
Yep.
And so I Googled this morning how to find contentment because I was curious. Not that I need a lot of contentment.
Google is always the know-all, end-all, right?
It is the psychiatrist of the modern age, yes.
Yes. Lord help us all.
Yeah. Here's 6 ways to find contentment.
Yes.
You can thank me later in your Facebook post. Practice gratitude. It's good to show gratitude as frequently and often as you can to everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to thank you for doing that. I noticed that.
Gratitude, appreciation.
That's something Sarah is really good at. She's better at it than I am. We have this deal before we got married. I wouldn't say it was a deal. It was kind of a understanding that I don't mind cleaning toilets. Yes. I don't. I've got a brush. I got a favorite chemical that I like to use when it really needs it. I don't mind doing it. I like taking something that's kind of dusty and needs a good scrubbing up and watching the transformation. So, but Sarah, and we've got hard water here too, really hard water. So sometimes the inside will start turning a shade, I don't know, tan, a little tanner than usual.
Okay.
But anyway, and Sarah's like, I can't believe we're talking about this.
Yes, this is what I'm thinking.
But every time I go in there and brush it, and I don't say anything to Sarah, I brush it and clean it down. Within 24 hours, she says to me, "Don't think I didn't notice that you cleaned the toilet. Thank you for that."
Oh, okay. I say it a little bit nicer than that, at least.
Well, yeah, you do, but you've said it that way before, too. Don't think I didn't notice. Yes. So.
Okay. Phew. Didn't want to get on the hot seat
No,
there.
no, not at all. Practice gratitude.
Yes.
Take control of your attitude. This is something that a lot, have you ever gotten angry or mad and punched something? Punched a pillow, punched a wall?
No, I know people who have. I know Mike Nesmith did once. Punched a wall.
From the Monkees?
Yeah.
Somebody steal his banana?
No, not so much that. But
what happened?
It was because he was so mad with the writers of the songs. And they wouldn't let them go on tour. And so...
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it was just the contract agreement completely that he was unhappy with.
I'm not going to say that I've never punched anything in anger. However, if I have done it, it wasn't a big enough impact, no pun intended, for me to remember it. So
I think I might have gotten frustrated and thrown a pair of glasses once.
Yeah. Finding contentment. Here's the other one. I think in this day and age, the Amazon age.
Yes.
That's an interesting term. The Amazon age. It probably means something totally different than it meant 100 years ago.
The Amazonians. What can we say?
Yes. We are all Amazonians to some extent. Break the buying habit.
Break the buying habit.
Yeah, that's hard to do. I mean, how many of us surf Amazon at least once a day?
There have been days when I have skipped Amazon.
Have you?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure there have. Yeah, has there been a week that you've skipped Amazon?
Well, there was a whole month I was unconscious in 2017.
Okay, that doesn't count. Yes. I've gone to preaching and quit preaching and gone to meddling. Apparently, that's what the woman told the preacher one time. So yeah, but I look. I probably skip a day on Amazon every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But I see things.
Yes, and then
that will change my life forever.
Yeah. Well, my parents used to complain that I'd get too many catalogs.
Yeah.
Through the mail, and then I moved here, and now
Can't
I don't
imagine
get
that. Yeah.
Don't get so many.
No, you don't get too many. You still get a few.
Yeah, I get a couple.
I used to get catalogs until I moved, and then they never forwarded or whatever. I used to get these outdoorsman, sports, and military surplus stuff, guy stuff,
Yeah. Well, I was at a sermon once, and the pastor always said if you looked at, through the catalogs, you know, you would know what was out there to buy. But if you didn't, then you wouldn't, and then you wouldn't buy it. So that made it pretty easy to me. So if you don't want to buy stuff, just don't go on Amazon.
That makes a lot of sense. Go to eBay instead. You can probably find it cheaper there.
Oh,
yes,
gosh,
I'm just kidding.
No, that was not the thought.
I outfitted a whole police car one time with equipment I got off of eBay. Yeah. Number 4, stop comparing yourself to others. I don't think you do that.
On a rare occasion, sure.
I don't compare myself to others.
Well,
not like other people do.
Oh.
That was a joke.
Okay. Haha.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that could help you find contentment if you, don't compare yourselves to others and what they have.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Number 5, help others. When you begin helping others, sharing your talents, time, and money, you'll find yourself learning to be content. The practice will give you a finer appreciation for what you own, who you are, and what you have to offer. I know a couple of people right now that come to mind that are really, really good at this. It is almost probably is their ministry.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I won't mention their names.
Okay.
Be content with, this is number 6, be content with what you have, never with what you are. Ooh, that's good.
Okay. Being
content with what you have, but not with what you are. Let's focus on that second part. Don't be content with what you are. and by that, I think the writer means there's always room for improvement.
Sure.
Always room for improvement. That's why people listen to Zig Ziglar tapes and Tony Robinson and who's another good motivational speaker.
I don't know anybody motivationally speaking wise.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Zig Ziglar was the greatest. He's one of my favorite lines that I steal from him. Mm-hmm. I've stolen several lines from him, but one of my favorite was, "I'm so happy I could eat a banana sideways."
That's a little odd. No offense.
Yeah, but it makes sense. It does.
It makes you smile. Makes your smile bigger.
Yeah. You can eat a banana sideways. Turn it sideways and stick it right in.
There we go.
What is the definition of contentment? Contentment is finding joy in what we already have in our lives, feeling or showing satisfaction with our possession, status, or situation.
Okay.
It's being happy without trying to find fulfillment in acquiring more material possessions. Who doesn't want more, though, right? I wonder if anybody...
Yes.
I would like to speak to somebody who is truly 100% no room for improvement in their material possessions, is completely content. Do you know anybody like that?
I honestly don't know.
Just one more dollar. Just one more motorcycle.
Wasn't that Rockefeller? The
yeah,
dollar
I think
part?
it was. He was the one that said on his deathbed, if I could have made... I think it was Rockefeller. So I'll have to check it. Some rich tycoon somewhere died and said, I wished I could have made just a few more dollars. What are the benefits of contentment? Contentment allows us to stop comparing ourselves to others, and it allows us to break the cycle of wanting more.
There's got to be a stress relief in there somewhere, too.
Well, that's part of it, too. Sometimes you just have to treat yourself.
But
you have to.
Well, it's nice to treat yourself.
That's why companies like Reese's is in business.
Reese's
peanut butter
cups?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
treat ourselves.
It's Reese's peanut butter egg season. Hello.
You know what I love?
What?
Snowballs.
Oh,
you know those cakes with the coconut around them? Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I love them. And Chico sticks.
Yeah, now, you're the fan of those.
They make sugar-free Chico sticks, and they're fantastic. They'll change your life forever. But they don't make sugar-free snowball cakes. It's true, they don't.
I always cringe a little bit when he says, it'll change your life forever.
That phrase that I use quite frequently, it'll change your life, it's fantastic, it'll change your life forever, comes from a friend of mine who was a preacher. Mm-hmm. And I heard him preaching one time. He was giving an illustration. He was talking about how he saw an infomercial about some gloves.
Yes.
That would peel potatoes. And he saw them on this infomercial rubbing his hands with these gloves over these potatoes, and it just took the peels right off. And he was one of these folks, from what I remember, he said he was one of these guys that would see something on an infomercial and he just had to have it. And he said, I've got to have those gloves. They're fantastic. And he said this in the sermon, they'll change my life forever. And I just about fell out of the pew laughing. I said, I got to remember that phrase. So I do, and I jokingly refer to many things that will change my life forever.
Yes.
Snowball cakes, Chico sticks, and peanut butter cups, usually in that area, and of course you. So
thank you.
Your number top of the list.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Let's see. What are the benefits? Yes. Contentment allows us to stop comparing ourselves to others. It allows us to break the cycle of wanting more. It lets us be grateful and happy for all that we have. This approach to life is scientifically proven.
Ooh.
To reduce your stress level. I can believe that. Improve your outlook, relax your body, and make life more enjoyable.
In other words, change your life forever.
Yeah, it'll change your life forever. What's the difference between contentment and complacency? Well, I tell you, but I don't really care to. That's a joke. Get it? The difference can seem minor, but there's actually a world of difference. Contentment is to be happy with what you have and find satisfaction in your present circumstances. Complacency is being unsatisfied with how your life is in the moment, but still being unwilling to make changes to improve your situation. Is contentment a choice?
I'm going to say
I think that's a given, absolutely. Although it's not easy as it sounds, learning how to be content comes from a combination of intentional mindset shifts, habit changes, and being aware of our thoughts and actions. And that's that.
I was waiting for you to do that.
Well, yeah, I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah,
gotta
the
papers behind me.
Make it a little higher, I think, though.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh.
I'll not be content until blank. How would you fill in the blank?
How would I fill in the blank?
Yes.
Gosh.
I'll be more content when blank.
I know I have enough life savings for retirement. How about that?
Okay, I thought you were going to say just one more hat.
No.
I'm pretty content on a scale of 1 to 100.
I'm content already, honestly.
Can we do that? A scale of 1 to 100?
Sure.
I'm going to guess I'm about an 85.
I was going to say 87, but...
Okay, well, we're both in the same ballpark. I think one thing that will help my contentment is when we finally get moved.
Yes.
It's not a matter of possessions or a financial situation. It's a matter of having all of our stuff
in one spot.
In one spot and appropriately placed where it should be. I mean...
And maybe having a dog.
Well, I've lived for years without a dog. I don't think a dog would make me more content. It might make me a little more happier, but I won't put a dog on a level of something that I require for contentment. Now, if I get a dog and I lose the dog for some reason, I may change my mind on that.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Are you? Here's a trick question. Are you content with me?
Yes.
Or are you happy with me?
Yes, to both.
Yeah, both. Okay, good answer. Yay, good answer. Survey says...
Yes.
Yes, you win the snowball cupcake.
Okay, good.
There's a tax on it, though. You have to break off a bite and
give it to you.
Throw it my way, yeah.
The question is, will you catch it?
I don't know. I don't know if I will. We got 5 comments.
All right.
Keith says no sound. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, well...
Yeah.
Maybe that was earlier when we didn't have the mic on.
That could be. We've got it on. It says we're recording.
Well.
So I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, well.
It says we're on the air. Interesting. Oh. Something's going on. We'll figure this out later. Anyway, we're going to let you go right now. We're going to figure this all out, and we'll see you next time right here on the Cowboy and Cherry Short Show. We'll see you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Testing 1, 2.